The collector, Erica Carter, a seasoned private investigator known for her tenacity and keen eye for detail, was no stranger to challenging cases. With a reputation built on solving some of the most perplexing disappearances, she was the ideal choice for the Martinez family, who were desperate for answers. They lived in a quiet suburban neighborhood where nothing remarkable ever happened, until Lily vanished without a trace. The neighborhood, with its manicured lawns, picket fences, and tree-lined streets, was the epitome of suburban tranquility. Children played in the yards, and neighbors exchanged pleasantries, creating a facade of safety and community. But beneath this peaceful exterior, an undercurrent of fear and uncertainty had taken hold since Lily's disappearance. The Martinez family, once a picture of suburban happiness, was now consumed by worry and despair. Erica was hired by Lily's parents, who were frantic and desperate to find their daughter. As she began her investigation, Erica meticulously reviewed Lily's background and the circumstances leading up to her disappearance. Lily, a bright and vivacious teenager, had seemingly vanished into thin air after leaving a friend's house one evening. There were no signs of a struggle, no witnesses, and no immediate clues, making the case all the more baffling. Erica started by interviewing those closest to Lily. She spoke with her friends, who described Lily as a friendly and outgoing girl with no known enemies. Her teachers and classmates echoed these sentiments, painting a picture of a well-liked and involved student. Erica also spent hours talking to Lily's family, understanding her routines, her relationships, and any possible reasons for her sudden disappearance. As Erica dug deeper, she began to notice unsettling patterns. Through her extensive review of local police reports and missing person cases, she discovered hints of similar disappearances in the area over the past decade. Young girls, all around Lily's age, had vanished under mysterious circumstances, their cases remaining unsolved and gradually fading from public memory. These girls, like Lily, had disappeared without a trace, leaving behind devastated families and a trail of unanswered questions. The more Erica uncovered, the clearer it became that Lily's case was not an isolated incident. The quiet suburban neighborhood, with its veneer of normalcy, harbored dark secrets. Erica felt a growing sense of urgency as she realized the connections between the cases, each clue bringing her closer to understanding the chilling truth behind the disappearances. Determined to find Lily and unravel the mystery, Erica prepared herself for the difficult journey ahead, not yet knowing the horrifying discovery she was about to make. As Erica delved deeper into Lily's disappearance, she began to notice a disturbing pattern. Her meticulous research revealed that each missing girl had a peculiar connection to an online collector of rare dolls. This collector, shrouded in anonymity, frequented niche forums and auction sites, often boasting about his acquisitions. His posts were cryptic, hinting at a more sinister nature to his collection. Erica spent countless hours combing through these online activities, piecing together the collector's identity and habits. The username CollectorX appeared frequently, always associated with rare, lifelike dolls that seemed eerily similar to the missing girls. Each post, each bid, added another piece to the puzzle. The deeper Erica dug, the more convinced she became that this collector was linked to the disappearances. Her breakthrough came when she discovered an old post mentioning a secluded mansion located on the outskirts of town. The mansion, once belonging to a reclusive doll maker, had been abandoned for years. Yet, recent activity suggested it was now inhabited, possibly by the collector. The post included veiled references to preserving beauty and perfecting the collection, sending chills down Erica's spine. Determined to find the truth, Erica gathered all the evidence she had. She knew confronting the collector alone was risky, but time was running out. Lily's life and possibly the lives of other missing girls depended on her. Erica armed herself with a camera, a flashlight, and a sense of steely resolve, ready to face whatever awaited her. The journey to the mansion was fraught with tension. The road grew narrower and more desolate as she approached the old estate, shrouded in overgrown vegetation and a foreboding silence. The mansion loomed ahead, its decaying facade barely visible through the dense trees. Erica's initial exploration of the mansion was unsettling. Dust-covered furniture and cobwebs indicated years of neglect, yet there were signs of recent activity. She found rooms filled with disturbing displays, shelves lined with antique dolls, some lifelike enough to give her pause. Each doll seemed to stare at her with glassy, unblinking eyes, heightening her sense of dread. Her search led her to a locked door. With a sense of impending doom, Erica forced it open, revealing a room that would haunt her nightmares. A collection of life-sized, realistic dolls, each one resembling a missing girl, including Lily. The horror of the scene confirmed her worst fears, and the sound of footsteps behind her signaled that her confrontation with the collector was imminent. Erica's flashlight flickered across the room, illuminating the most horrifying scene she had ever encountered. The room was filled with life-sized, realistic dolls, each posed with meticulous care. Her breath caught in her throat as she recognized the faces. These were not just dolls. These were the preserved bodies of the missing girls, including Lily. The girls' eyes, once full of life, now stared vacantly, their features frozen in an eternal, macabre display. Shock and horror surged through Erica as the gruesome realization sank in. The collector hadn't just kidnapped these girls. He had turned them into his personal collection, preserving their bodies with a chilling, grotesque precision. Her mind raced with thoughts of the families who had lost their daughters, never knowing the true fate that had befallen them. The sound of footsteps snapped Erica out of her horrified stupor. She spun around, flashlight beam catching the figure of a man entering the room. The collector, a gaunt figure with piercing eyes, stood in the doorway, a sinister smile creeping across his face. "I see you've found my collection," he said, his voice dripping with malevolence. Erica's heart pounded as the collector advanced towards her. "You weren't supposed to find this place," he continued. "But now that you have, you'll make a perfect addition." His intentions were clear. Erica was to become the next doll in his grotesque collection. Desperation fueled Erica's actions. She lunged at the collector, hoping to knock him off balance. The struggle was intense. He was stronger than he appeared, and his hands were icy cold as they grappled for control. Erica fought with every ounce of strength, her mind racing for a way out. The collector managed to pin her against a display case, his grip tightening. "You can't escape," he hissed. Panic surged through Erica as she felt herself losing the fight. Summoning all her strength, she kneed him in the stomach, causing him to gasp and loosen his hold. Seizing the opportunity, she shoved him away and bolted for the door. The hallway stretched before her like a lifeline. Erica sprinted towards the exit, adrenaline propelling her forward. Behind her, the collector's footsteps echoed, a relentless reminder that the nightmare was far from over. Determined to escape his clutches, Erica pushed herself harder, praying she could make it out alive. Erica fought back with every ounce of strength and cunning she possessed, using her wits and skills to outmaneuver the collector. The mansion became a labyrinth of terror as she dodged his attacks, the walls echoing with their struggle. The collector's relentless pursuit forced Erica to think quickly. She used the environment to her advantage, tripping him with loose rugs and slamming doors to create barriers. Each room was a new battleground, the air thick with tension and fear. In a particularly intense moment, the collector cornered Erica in a dimly lit library. With no clear escape, she grabbed a heavy book and hurled it at his face, momentarily stunning him. Seizing the opportunity, she rushed at him, using a nearby chair to knock him off balance. The collector fell, and Erica quickly disarmed him, using the chair to pin him to the ground. With adrenaline coursing through her veins, she managed to secure his hands with a discarded belt, incapacitating him. Breathless and shaking, Erica searched the mansion for a phone. She found an old landline in the kitchen and called the police, her voice urgent and strained as she explained the situation. Within minutes, the sound of sirens filled the air, a stark contrast to the mansion's oppressive silence. The police arrived, bursting into the mansion and arresting the collector. Erica, exhausted and bruised, watched as they secured the premises, ensuring no further threats remained. As the police conducted their investigation, they uncovered chilling evidence linking the collector to all the missing girls. Detailed records, photographs, and personal belongings of each victim were found, solidifying his guilt. The preserved bodies, displayed with grotesque care, were finally given a voice, their tragic fates brought to light. In the aftermath, Erica sat on the mansion's steps, reflecting on the harrowing ordeal. Her relief at surviving and bringing the collector to justice was tempered by the haunting memories of the victims. The faces of the girls, frozen in their lifeless forms, lingered in her mind, a poignant reminder of the evil she had confronted. The case had reached its conclusion, but the emotional scars remained. Erica knew that while justice had been served, the horrors of the mansion and its collector would stay with her forever, a dark chapter in her career and a testament to the resilience required to face such darkness. The vanishing train. Javier Lopez was a diligent train conductor in Mexico, known for his punctuality and dedication. His route took him through vast landscapes, including eerie, isolated stretches where the tracks cut through dense forests and abandoned towns. It was a route filled with beauty and mystery, but recently, it had become a source of anxiety for Javier. Javier had noticed an alarming pattern. Every month, one passenger would vanish without any explanation. No clues, no signs, just an empty seat where someone had been. Determined to uncover the truth, Javier began his own investigation. He discreetly set up cameras throughout the train, hoping to catch any suspicious activity. As he reviewed the footage night after night, the train's atmosphere grew increasingly eerie. Shadows seemed to stretch longer, and the hum of the tracks took on a sinister tone. Javier's obsession with finding the missing passengers consumed him. He watched the recordings endlessly, each frame adding to his growing unease. The once routine journey now held a chilling undercurrent, and Javier knew he was on the verge of uncovering something terrifying. Javier meticulously reviewed the camera footage, and his heart raced when he finally noticed something unusual. In each disappearance, a shadowy figure appeared, leading the missing passengers off the train and into the night. The figure's movements were deliberate and chillingly methodical. Determined to uncover the truth, Javier began investigating the identity of this shadowy figure and the destination of the passengers. His search led him to an old, abandoned tunnel near the most isolated part of the route. The tunnel had a dark history. It was once part of the train line but had been closed off after a tragic accident decades ago. As Javier dug deeper, he discovered disturbing hints about a former conductor who had gone mad after the accident. This mad conductor was rumored to have disappeared, but local legends spoke of his restless spirit haunting the tracks. Javier's unease grew with each piece of information he uncovered. The connections between the shadowy figure, the abandoned tunnel, and the mad conductor became increasingly clear. Determined to stop the disappearances, Javier knew he had to confront the figure directly. He gathered more evidence, documenting the shadowy figure's appearances and the passengers' disappearances. Javier prepared for his confrontation, equipping himself with a flashlight, a camera, and a sense of steely resolve. The tension built as he planned to investigate the tunnel during the next disappearance. When the night came, Javier was ready. He stayed vigilant, watching the passengers closely. As the train passed through the isolated stretch, he saw the shadowy figure leading another unsuspecting passenger toward the tunnel. Heart pounding, Javier followed them, determined to uncover the dark secrets hidden within the abandoned tunnel and put an end to the cycle of disappearances. Javier followed the shadowy figure into the old, abandoned tunnel, his flashlight casting long, eerie shadows on the damp walls. The air was thick with the scent of decay and mold, and every step echoed ominously. As he ventured deeper, he stumbled upon a hidden underground lair, a chilling space filled with the bones of previous victims. The true horror of the situation sank in, and Javier's heart pounded in his chest. Suddenly, the shadowy figure stepped into the light, revealing himself as the former conductor who had gone mad. His eyes were wild, and his grin twisted with madness. "Welcome, Javier," he sneered. "You're just in time to join my collection." The mad conductor lunged at Javier, overpowering him with surprising strength. An intense struggle ensued as Javier fought desperately to escape the conductor's clutches. The conductor's grip was relentless, his intent clear. Javier used every ounce of strength and willpower to fend off the attacks. He managed to grab a nearby metal rod and struck the conductor, causing him to momentarily loosen his grip. Seizing the opportunity, Javier fought back with renewed vigor, determined to survive and end the nightmare. Javier fought back fiercely against the mad conductor, using his wits and strength to resist. The struggle was intense and claustrophobic within the underground lair, the air thick with the scent of decay. Despite his desperate efforts, the mad conductor overpowered and subdued him, leaving Javier unable to escape. Bound tightly, Javier faced his inevitable fate. The mad conductor meticulously prepared him to become the next addition to his macabre collection. As Javier lay incapacitated, the full horror of his situation sank in. The conductor's twisted ritual was about to claim another victim. In the aftermath, the shadowy figure added Javier to his collection of life-sized, preserved victims. The underground lair expanded with each new addition, the bones and bodies a testament to the conductor's madness. The train continued its route, with monthly disappearances persisting and now including Javier among the lost. The community remained unaware of the true horror beneath their feet, while rumors and legends about the vanishing passengers grew. Javier's disappearance became another unsolved case, further cementing the chilling legacy of the vanishing train and its shadowy collector. The Puppet Master. Stella Price, a determined and inquisitive journalist, arrived in a small, eerie town plagued by a series of mysterious child kidnappings. The atmosphere was tense, with worried parents and empty playgrounds reflecting the community's fear. At the heart of the mystery was an old toy shop owned by a reclusive man named Mr. Green, whose peculiar behavior had caught Stella's attention. Determined to uncover the truth, Stella began her investigation by interviewing the families of the missing children. Each family shared similar, chilling details. Their children had vanished without a trace, and all were last seen near Mr. Green's toy shop. As Stella delved deeper, she noticed oddities about Mr. Green, his secretive nature, strange habits, and an unsettling aura around his shop. Gathering clues and piecing together information, Stella's suspicion of Mr. Green grew stronger. Despite his outwardly benign demeanor, something sinister seemed to lurk beneath the surface. Convinced that the toy shop held the key to solving the kidnappings, Stella prepared to dig deeper into the enigma surrounding Mr. Green and his unsettling establishment. Stella followed Mr. Green, noting his odd habits and secretive nature. He rarely interacted with anyone and often disappeared into his toy shop late at night. Digging into his past, Stella uncovered strange details. Mr. Green had a long-standing fascination with puppets and a history of reclusive behavior. This deepened her suspicion that the toy shop was the key to the disappearances. Determined to find answers, Stella decided to investigate the shop further. She planned and executed a break-in one night, her heart pounding with anticipation. The shop's interior was filled with dusty, lifelike dolls and marionettes, creating an eerie atmosphere. As she explored, she discovered a hidden basement door. With a mix of dread and determination, Stella descended into the basement, her flashlight casting long shadows on the walls. The air grew colder, and a sense of foreboding enveloped her as she prepared to uncover the dark secrets hidden below. In the basement, Stella made a horrifying discovery. The missing children had been transformed into living marionettes. They were suspended by strings, their movements controlled by a twisted combination of dark magic and intricate machinery. Their eyes, filled with silent pleas, followed her as she stepped further into the room. Suddenly, Mr. Green emerged from the shadows. "You shouldn't have come here, Stella," he said with a sinister grin. He revealed his plan to add her to his collection to silence her and continue his macabre work. Stella's heart raced as she realized the true extent of his madness. An intense struggle ensued. Stella fought desperately to escape, but Mr. Green's control was overwhelming. He used his dark powers to manipulate the marionettes, making them assist in subduing her. Despite her efforts, she was no match for the supernatural force he wielded. As the screen went black, the last thing Stella saw was Mr. Green's triumphant smile, leaving her fate ominously uncertain and the darkness closing in around her. The story ends on a dark and haunting note. The final scenes strongly suggest that Stella has been transformed into one of Mr. Green's marionettes, her once vibrant spirit now trapped in a lifeless puppet. Her eyes, now empty and glassy, join the other children in their silent, eerie dance. Mr. Green's continued macabre work is hinted at, with new toys appearing in the shop's window, maintaining the town's underlying terror. The toy shop stands as a grim monument to the unresolved mystery, its quaint exterior hiding the ongoing danger within. The town remains in a state of unease, with whispers of the missing journalist adding to the legend. The unresolved disappearances and the sinister presence of Mr. Green's toy shop serve as a chilling reminder that the danger still lurks, ready to claim its next victim.